Hey, thank you for coming by Tori Magoo 44. We're in July. Can you believe that? It is July 9th. Time is rolling along. I mean, it's just incredible, isn't it? I don't know if it's the same for you all as it is for me, but it is just zooming along. I mean, the fact that we are mid-July, midsummer, is just amazing. I mean, it's incredible. And I know part of it, people say, well, as you get older, time moves on, and maybe that's it. But, other people I know who are very, very young are saying time's zooming along for them too. And I think part of it is because of the net and because of all of its multitasking and stuff like that. Just time is faster. It's speeding along. Plus, we have access to everything all around the world, which is fantastic. But it also moves things along, doesn't it? Okay, so anyway, today I wanted to ask you guys, have you noticed Scientology, the Church of Scientology, is advertising all around the internet? I mean, good grief. They're here, they're there. I mean, what is the deal? Well, I'll tell you what the deal is that I think. I mean, I'm not, I can't guarantee it, but it's from my experience. First of all, when you do Scientology in every single course room that you do, before you do the course, you study a policy. It's about an 8-page policy. This is a little flip chart of it. But it's called Keeping Scientology Working. See that? And it's got those steps. See all those different steps that you're supposed to do? I'll read them to you so you know what they are. Because they are very definite on these. They're very hardcore on them. They really, these have to be applied. And this is why it's important that all of you stay vigilant as far as exposing these guys. Because listen to what it is. And this means all their tech, including their destructive technologies. 1. Having the correct technology, which of course means L. Ron Hubbard. 2. Knowing the correct technology, which of course means L. Ron Hubbard's technology. 3. Knowing that it is correct. That's a little bit of a brainwashing right there, right? 4. Teaching correctly the correct technology. So it must be correct, right? 5. Applying the technology. All right, now here we go. 6. Seeing the technology is correctly applied. That means people above you, around you, everybody's responsible for making sure you are applying it correctly. All right, 7, hammering out of existence incorrect technology. For those that are new here, what that means in Scientology, they write what are called knowledge reports. They're actually reports on people and that's part of your hammering out of existence incorrect technology. So if you see someone who's doing something that's incorrect, you've got to write them up on it. They're sent to ethics or to cramming to get corrected so they don't ever do it again. 8, knocking out incorrect applications. And 9, closing the door on any possibility of incorrect technology. And 10, closing the door on incorrect application. So, if you're out there, you probably can't even imagine how seriously they take this in the Church of Scientology. But David Miscavige is violating all of those as it is. I mean, just unbelievable. And frankly, Hubbard was too by the end. He'd really gotten whacked out and was doing very, he started out one way, and I don't even know, because I've read all kinds of things about how he started out with Aleister Crowley and different things like that, which was pretty weird in itself, right? With he having his little sex parties in Pasadena and things like that. Which, of course, Scientologists within the Church of Scientology don't know anything about because you're not allowed to read any of the theta or bad news about L. Ron Hubbard, even though it's factual and it's backed up by people that were there or other things, right? Okay, so there's that. And then the other thing I think they're working on with their advertising as far as keeping Scientology working, remember, they've got to make sure that the tech is applied correctly. And so they've got to look at, well, what condition are they in, right? Now, there's people all around the world that are picketing, aren't there? And exposing their abuses. Now, instead of looking at themselves and correcting their abuses, which all of us who've been in have said, stop breaking up families. Stop stopping free speech. Stop hurting people. Stop doing fair game. Or Hubbard said you can lie, cheat, steal, destroy someone utterly. Now, when I was in, I admit, I truly thought that was canceled because he immediately wrote a cancellation from fair game, right? Because it was a big flap. But you know what? It hasn't been canceled. Not at all. Not at all. And even on the bottom of the policy, it says this does not apply. This doesn't apply. The thing of you can lie, cheat, steal, destroy someone utterly, that doesn't apply to suppressive persons, which I am. And so are thousands of other people, including, I'm sure, in their minds, anonymous, which is why they start hurting people and things like that, because it's part of fair game, right? So instead of handling these abuses, which is why everybody's out there speaking out about them and exposing them, no. They're going to apply emergency. And this is what L. Ron Hubbard said about emergency. Here it is, the emergency formula. And what's the number one thing on it? You probably can't read it, but it says promote. That applies to organizations. To an individual, you better say produce. Okay, I don't say that promotion is bad, but the fact that Scientology won't handle their abuses and instead they're just going to try to advertise all around and think people are going to get roped into this, it's not going to happen, Scientology. People have access to the internet, and they have access to both sides. And from that, they can find out the truth and make up their own minds. The rest of it is change your operating basis, which I think these advertisements has been part of changing their operating basis. 3 is economize, which they're not doing too well on that, are they? With, building all their lavish buildings and blah, blah, blah. 4, prepare to deliver. Well, that they can say, oh, we're preparing to deliver with our new buildings. And 5, part of the condition of emergency contains this little line, that's a quote, you've got to stiffen discipline and you've got to stiffen ethics, okay, which is, again, why I think they're starting to hurt people. Because, and, be more violent and stuff like that. It's part of the emergency formula. Not that Hubbard says to do that in it, but it can be interpreted that way, and Scientologists are great at interpreting things, and then backing it up with, I'm just applying emergency, that's what I'm applying. We've got to handle these anonymous kids. We've got to handle these critics, these ex-Scientologists, right? So, I want to thank everybody out there who is speaking out, who is exposing these abuses and doing something about it, because it is still going on. And if you're lurking or you're reading this or you're listening to it and you're thinking about Narcanon, Criminon, Way to Happiness, Applied Scholastics, all WISE, the World Institute of Scientology Enterprises, which will just handle your company and make the statistics better. No. You need to read both sides on the internet, because both sides are only going to be on the internet. Scientology's got their pitches on it, but the other side is on the internet too, and you can read both, and I have full confidence that if you read both sides, you will make up your mind, and you'll know what to do, and it'll be right. So anyway, I just wanted to mention that to you, because they've definitely applying their advertising campaign, and I hope all of you continue to advertise also. So anyway, have a wonderful weekend. It's coming up. I think it's going to be a very fun one here in California, and I hope it is for you too. Do something fun. Have a great weekend. Bye-bye.